at any rate, I know you said that you're a wellness strategist, and I want to know. I'm going to start off with the simple, a few questions that I want to let you just let everybody know who you are, what you do, how you actually serve humanity as a wellness strategist. So my first question to you is, why is health the number one pillar in business? Why is health the number one pillar in business? That's a good question. I think you can handle that.
I reckon I can handle that. The thing is, I've been in the wellness business for a long time, and I had a business in Sydney for 20 years. And if I didn't look after my health and well-being, I don't think I could have managed the workload, raising a child, and also keeping very fit. I used to cycle about 10 Ks or so each way to work sometimes and put in a full day's work and raise my son, look after my son, run around after him. So if you don't look after your wellness, you can't do all of that, especially not long term. You might get away with it for a little while. But your number one pillar, being wellness, shouldn't just be in business. It should be in your life.
Hmm.
You know, if you're not well, how can you work? If you're not well, how can you raise your family? If you're not well, how can you function yourself? You need to be well in order to look after everybody else, especially as a woman.
That's right. You're absolutely right. I know I've heard people say on many occasions that your health is your wealth, and it's
Well,
true.
it is. And the
Yeah.
thing is, if you're not well, how well does your brain function? Because all you're thinking about is, oh, I don't feel so good. Oh, I think I'm tired. I better lay down. How can you work and have, good cognitive function if
Mm-hmm.
you're not feeling the best?
Mm-hmm.
But,
That's right.
you can't be as productive as you would like to be. Therefore, you're not doing as much work as you would like to do, especially as an entrepreneur.
Especially as an entrepreneur. And you said something else that was very important too, raising your families, because
Mm.
that was definitely a journey, raising our kids, making sure they went to school, college, make sure they did all the things they needed to do, enjoy life as well. So I agree with you. And health, I believe today is definitely one of the most important things, and it's trending. I like to say trending because people are constantly talking about it, and especially a lot of the different medications that people have, people learn to do things more on a natural, you know, using natural foods, such as plant foods, different things of that nature. And the list goes on and on. But at any rate, yeah, I think it's a great topic, a great topic that you have, which is a wellness strategist. But most importantly, I think it's an awesome profession that you're in, because everybody needs to be in good health.
Well, because, your mental health and your physical health are not separate. Your social well-being is not separate. Your spiritual well-being is not separate. They're all part of you. And your desire to be better, to learn more, to self-develop, to professionally develop, to work, all of those parts of you are one. You can't separate them, and each one affects the other. And so if you're not well, none of those areas are going to work.
That's powerful. That's powerful. So, having said that, my next question would be, what are the earliest signs? Oh, that's good. What are the earliest signs that entrepreneurs' health is slipping? When do we know that our health is slipping? What are some of the signs?
Well, irritability is one of those signs. And signs that you might be drinking too much coffee, relying on that to keep you awake so that you can get your work done, or that you're drinking alcohol, those sorts of things, or that you're not sleeping very well. Your quality of sleep is not well. A lot of people wake up in the middle of the night, can't get back to sleep, and that can relate to being on a screen, an electronic screen of some sort, late at night. You find it hard to go to sleep. And when you finally do go to sleep, it's not good quality sleep. And then you wake up in the morning and you're tired already because you didn't have enough sleep. And so those are the signs that your health is slipping.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
if you do that on a long-term basis, you're eroding your health and well-being. And there'll come a point where something will start to go wrong.
Hmm. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah. Well, I do have sleepless nights sometimes, but sometimes I stay up too late. And then coffee too sometimes. And yeah, coffee keeps you going.
If you
I
get
think we need coffee, but we really don't.
if you
We really don't
if
need
yeah,
coffee.
if you stay up too late, sometimes you can get overtired and then you cannot go to sleep. Um, so yeah, having a good routine is pretty important. Uh,
Yes.
and as entrepreneurs, when you're on a roll and you've got your creativity flowing, and I mean, I know about that, you've got to let that creativity flow. And when it runs out, then you can go to bed. But you can't do that all the time.
Right. No. Yeah. Yeah. Well, one thing I believe too, the body's going to tell you when you need to stop. People tell me that a lot of times because I have a lot of energy. I personally call my energy the anointing of God. I believe that's a gift that He gave me to so that I can achieve what the gifts that He gave me to achieve. Whatever work, life, whatever it is that I do. But I always believe it's His presence in my life that gives me that energy. And sometimes
He
people
gives
think,
us he gives
sometimes they
us
think,
breath.
huh?
He gives us breath, and he
Yeah,
gives us every day to enjoy and
yeah.
to
And
look after ourselves.
sometimes people think that I go too much or I need to do, you need to stop, you need to rest, you need to slow down, you need to. But my thing is this, what I've learned is my body, when my body's ready to stop, it's going to stop.
Well, the thing
When
is,
I need rest, I'm going to stop and I'm going to sleep. Because I mean, it's just,
as
that's,
long
those are, go ahead.
as long as you're recognizing the signs and that you're taking notice of them,
Right,
that's very important, you know. Um, so yeah, I mean, if you ignore the signs, which a lot of people do,
right. Yeah,
then obviously that is going to affect your well-being. So as long as you listen to your body signs, because it's going to tell you. But a lot of people, a lot of women in particular, because they have multi roles, and so they're very busy, and they can quite often ignore the fact that they're tired because now they've got to tend to their sick child, or they've got to do this or that, go to work, and you know do the household chores and a whole range of things that women do. And so the women are particularly, in my opinion, more at risk. Um, because of their different roles. And if
right,
they ignore the signs, they're going to gradually wear down their health and well-being and become sick.
right. Yeah. So my next question would be then, what's one daily non-negotiable that protects performance long term? And that fits right into what you just said. What's one daily non-negotiable that protects performance long term?
Just one, that's a bit hard to answer, but I would say water is one of the most important things that people can drink, because our bodies, when we're born, our bodies are 75% water. And by the time you get to your 30s, or
Mm-hmm.
say perhaps 40s, your uh, the water content of your body has dropped down to about 65%. And by the time you reach older age, the water content of your body drops down to 45 to 55%. Now that coincides with increased uh, chronic disease.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, my ring light is flashing. Um, yeah, so the way I see it is if you don't drink enough water, your body becomes depleted. And there are a lot of systems in your body that require water to detoxify, to like move all the, like your lymph, your blood, your brain has a lot of water content, your eyes have a lot of water content, and even your bones have 30% water content. And a lot of people don't realize this. Your body needs water. And I've spoken with lots and lots of people who maybe drink 3 or 4 glasses, 5 glasses of water a day, and that's not enough. The NIH in the US actually recommends 2.7 litres for a woman and
Okay.
3.7 for a male.
Mhm.
That's quite a lot of water, isn't it?
Yeah,
2.7 litres and 3.7 litres for a male. So most people don't drink anywhere near that. They'd be lucky to drink 1 litre.
I agree.
So that's the non-negotiable. That's the biggest one, in my opinion.
I agree. And I hear it every time I go to the doctor. She tells me to drink more water. And I do. I do. I do. I remember when I'm home sometimes and I get ready to drink a little bit and I say, oh, no, I'm going to drink the whole glass. Because you're right. And this is why people like yourself is so valuable, invaluable to us in this entrepreneur arena because you guys study certain things and it keeps us on track as well. It keeps us inspired, and it gives us the information that we need because, of course, we're not at the doctors every day. So it's very beneficial. A lot of health and wellness events and things of that nature that I have gone to online. I have gotten great information. So I applaud you in that area. You
Well,
know.
wellness is a bit like advertising. People need to be reminded of it because they forget. They get sidetracked or lazy or whatever. And
Yeah.
they just don't do it anymore. And then when somebody says, "Hey, have you done this?" and they go, "Oh, yeah, I should do that." So they just
Yeah.
forget. They just, life gets busy and people just, yeah, it goes out of their mind to do that.
And that's why I tell people coming to events, listening to the speakers, all the speakers that we have had down through the past decade, over a decade. Every speaker on every platform has knowledge because
That's
everybody
right.
has a unique gift. And I tell people to invest $15 or $27 in a ticket online because we know if we're going in person, it's going to be much more. But online, that's a small investment to make in yourself because you're getting so many nuggets of
Yeah,
information from each speaker.
I agree.
Whereas if you hire one coach, you're gonna pay way over, and that's just for one specific subject matter. But at an event, you're gonna get a lot of tips from a lot of different areas, subject
That's
matters,
right.
and that's one reason I really, really, really enjoy setting platforms so that we all can come aboard and share our expertise. Because
Yeah.
I believe that public speaking is one of the best ways that we can get our information in front of so many people at one time. So with that, I want to ask you, what's the biggest myth about wellness for high achievers? What's the biggest myth about wellness for high achievers?
High achievers can quite often think, I'm well now. I don't need Kristine's services or I don't need anyone else's wellness services because I'm well. But that is a big myth. Because
Hmm.
if you want to be good at something, what do? You read a book, you undertake a
Right, you
course of
study.
study,
Yeah.
yes, or you get a mentor, a
Or you get a
trainer,
mentor.
a coach, that kind of thing. So that, yeah, because when you've got someone to help you, you can learn quicker and you can learn the things that are important for you to know. And your coach will know what you need to know. So they can save you a lot of time and you can learn it better. But if you don't invest in learning about your
Hmm.
wellness will gradually decline.
Hmm.
You have to pay attention to it, right?
Wow. Yeah.
You have to pay attention to it. And if you don't pay attention to it, it gradually whittles away. And not only that, you develop bad habits over
Mm.
a period of time that may be detrimental to your health and well-being. And you don't realize that because it's a habit. It's automatic. You don't pay any attention to it. And it goes on and on and on. And I can tell you now that when I had my business in Sydney for 20 years, I saw thousands of people and they hadn't invested in their health and well-being, and they didn't know that they had these bad habits and behaviors that gave them a bad back, bad neck, headaches, poor sleep, all of those sorts of things, even affected
Wow.
their breathing and asthma. And so I gave them a treatment for that, normally massage therapy and stretching and strengthening exercises, plus postural awareness, because people
Hmm.
don't realize the things that they're doing that are actually causing them harm. And that goes for people, how they sit at their workstation, and how I have that free gift that I want to give people, because in this day of technology and digital this and digital that, people are sitting on the computer for long hours, aren't they, Dr. Patricia?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
if they've got a
I'm
bad
guilty.
habit, that's going to make them feel very unwell by the end of the week. And if that goes on and on, week after week, year after year, gradually they just get worse and worse. So habits and behaviors are an enemy. You need to find someone who's going to help you identify them and help you to establish healthy habits and behaviors.
Yeah, awesome, awesome. How long have you been doing your how long have you been in the profession?
I started my business in 1980 and just low key, and I gradually built it up over those 20 years. I had my business in Sydney for 20 years. And life happened, so I closed the doors on my business. But I did have big goals that I wanted to achieve back then. And I was disappointed when I had to close the doors on my business because I was the business, couldn't sell it. But
Wow.
life has a way of bringing me back. Actually, God did this for me, brought me back to music, and music brought me full circle back to wellness. And so I've been re-establishing my business online now and studying an MBA because I want to take my business to a big level, because people still need the messages that I had for people way back then. And I closed the doors of my business in the year 2000. So I've always been involved in wellness, and I began my wellness or interest in the human body at the age of 7. And at the age
Hmm.
of 10, I healed myself of asthma. And
Wow.
yep. And I did that. At the time I did that, I didn't realize it was a big deal, because
Hmm.
to me, I just followed a regime and it made me better. And the regime was postural exercises, deep breathing, and yeah, just, and doing that religiously each day.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Awesome.
it's about breathe. A lot of people don't know how to breathe properly either. They don't
Hmm.
breathe properly. They breathe very shallowly. And so what that does is it can actually cause problems in the lower lung. And so people can develop asthma, they can develop emphysema and all those kinds of things. And that can also be compounded by poor posture. Because if you sit hunched over, you're squashing your lungs, you're squashing your diaphragm, you're squashing your stomach and all of that stuff. So it's
Hmm.
compromising the working of those organs. So
Wow.
things can go wrong with them.
Interesting. Wow. Well, my next question is going to be, where can people learn more from you after today? Where can people learn more from you after today? At Go ahead. I'm gonna let you answer your part first, and I'm gonna answer mine. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Where can they learn more? Well, I'm available as a coach. Um, Occasionally, I run some workshops. So that's a group thing. And I can do that online. I could also do it in person if people want to engage me. Um, and I'm in Australia, so if it was in America, they would have to fly me
Yeah.
over there and put me up in accommodation. And but I can work with organizations, I can work with groups of people, uh, and run training sessions. I've got various programs available to help people. So
Awesome.
I can also, if I'm coaching, obviously I can tailor it to an individual. And so I'm on all the different platforms. I'm on Facebook, I'm on LinkedIn, I'm on Instagram, and they find me on YouTube as well. So I'm available fairly easily online. There are not too
Awesome.
many Kristine Bests,
What
spelled with a
what
K.
platforms are you on? When you say you're available online, what platforms are you on?
LinkedIn
Okay.
as Kristine Best, and I'm on Facebook as Kristine Best.
Facebook, yes.
Yeah. I also have pages. So Kristine Best Wellness, I call that. So I've got a page there for wellness on Facebook and Kristine Best Wellness on uh, Instagram as well. I do have a profile on TikTok, but I haven't had the time to sort of, uh, maintain that my
There's
presence
that
there.
word, I don't have time. I'm going to be talking a little bit
Uh,
about that. I'm
I'm
going to,
spreading myself thin. I'm studying an MBA as well, and I
it's
also play
okay.
music. I'm a busy girl. I am a busy girl.
Yeah, we all are busy and it's okay. I just don't, I just get it in. My point is this, I take the pressure off of me, and however I can get it in, I get it in however I can get it in, you know. But at any rate, all is well. I'm going to talk a little bit about that at the upcoming event. And what I wanted to share, another way, ladies and gentlemen, for you to hear more from Kristine is to come to the event. Go to systems, it's right here at the bottom of that link right there, the link right there, systems 2026.eventbrite.com. Join us on Friday the 29th. We would love to have you be a part of our community. You'll walk away with the email list of attendees, over 50 some odd new leads, that is. And of course, you'll get a copy of the replay. And we always, once you register, you receive the Zoom link immediately, as well as the virtual background that we use for our platforms, because our events are not just an event. Our events are an experience, and we want you to be happy and enjoy yourself, make new connections, bring any links that you have, be ready to drop them in the chat, and definitely be ready to give your 60-second infomercial and the services that you offer, whatever it is that you have to offer inside of our two powerful breakout sessions. So we look forward to seeing you all on the platform on Friday. And I want to say to you, Kristine, thank you so much for sharing that valuable information, because again, we all know that our wealth definitely has to be intact if we want to, our health has to be intact if we want to receive the wealth that is waiting on us to receive. So with that, I'm Dr. Patricia Rogers, visibility strategist, and I am the CEO of Unity and Service, where people need